Hey folks, a few of you have had some issues with creating a Google form and figuring out the response file and such. So I'm just going to walk you through that here in this video. Okay, so we're going to week 3, going to collaboration assignment, begin this, here's the instructions. Okay, so the one that I'm keying in on here is the Google form. It seems like most of you have figured out, basically how to do this, but the response file is kind of the tricky part. So this is number 4, create one Google form and send it. Okay, so most of you can do that, but it's that second part where you need to share your response file. Okay, so basically I'm going to walk you through that. And so if I go back to my CWC email and I click on the tic-tac-toes and I click on the drive, and I'm going to keep myself organized. So I've got my stuff set up. Here's 2018 fall. Here's our information management class that I've created. I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going through this pretty quickly, but you can pause and replay the video. So I'm going to click on a new folder, and we'll call this collaboration project. It doesn't matter though, you could do whatever you want to. Okay, don't know what happened there. Alright, so there's my collaborate. Oh, I got 2 of them. Nope. Okay, delete one of those. So here's my collaboration project. I'm going to go into the folder itself, create a new, more Google form, and this is where you can give it a name. We'll just call it blah blah. I'm going to name my form the same thing, and first question will, I don't know, it doesn't really matter here. You can figure this out. So we will add another checkbox here. Okay, option 1 is going to be blue, green. Okay, good enough. But you can pick stuff here, and then you could continue. You can add sections to this. You can add videos. You can add images, and then you can add another question. Okay, so just click the plus sign. There's some other things that you might want to look at here. Here's the theme options. You can pick your own images. You can change the colors here. You can do different things with background styles and obviously the response. That's what your form looks like. That's what that little eyeball stands for there. And then lastly is the settings. So this is where you can actually collect people's email addresses. So that would require that they be logged into their CWC account. So you wouldn't even have to ask them for their email address because it would automatically collect that for you. Quizzes, you can make this a quiz. These are just all features. Really what I'm interested in here is once you have your form created, mine's blah blah, go to the responses. This is create a spreadsheet for your file. You can create a new one and it's going to name it blah blah responses. You could call that anything you want though. If you wanted to call it blither, whatever, it doesn't really matter. So create that. And it'll take you to your sheet. So here's the sheet. And if I come back here to my form and I go to view the form and I submit this, And now when we look at my form, you can see now that I have a response in here. It gives it a timestamp, and there's the first question. And now this is what I want you to do. So this is the Blither file. Now if I come back to my collaboration project, there's my form, blah blah, and then Blither is the response file. This is the response file, so you could share it here, or you can right click and you could share it here. And this is where you can decide who you want that to go to. So if I wanted that to go to myself, I could choose if I only wanted them to have view access, you can add a message. Just thought you'd like to see this. Send a copy to myself, so my personal email and my ownership email. And then there's a few other things you can do down here. Prevent editors from changing access, stable options. Okay. Yes. Now if I come back to my email, so this is what I get. And then I can open that up, and presto, there's my response file. So I've got my form, I've got my response, I've shared it. The only thing I need to do now is to send that form to whoever needs to receive it. So go back and read the instructions, and if you're having trouble with that, this is an interesting little option where you can include the form directly in the email message, so they don't have to click to go to a website. They can just fill it out right in their email and choose send. So you can collaborate with some folks here. It's just lots of little options. So anyway, hopefully that helps. Thanks.